When one first hears the name India, its many problems come to mind. Generally, people that live in the western part of the world, or those that have never set foot in the country, will automatically start to think about the poverty, the corruption, and many more of India's many problems. It is true that poverty, along with India's numerous other problems, has been around for a long period of time. Over 2 million people in India are living under the poverty line. However, this is something that many countries go through, even today. In the United States alone, there are 14.6 million people. In the United States alone, there are 14.6% of the population which lives in poverty. That's 46 million people living in poverty in the United States of America. But that is not what comes to mind when you think of the name India. The caste system, the social problems, the economic problems, those are what comes to mind. And while India continues to have all these problems, that is not at all what defines it. Although it has its shares of failures, India also has great successes.
And when India succeeds, it does so like no other nation on the planet. We are home to the oldest civilization of the world. In 1947, we started what would later become the world's largest democracy. We are home to some of the world's smartest engineers, scientists, and doctors. We are so monumental in our growth that we are the only country to have an ocean named after us. The contrast between these two sides of India leave it divided, with one foot in the future, but one still rooted deeply in the past. On one side of the coin, you see an India flourishing in the riches of emerging markets, new technologies, and catching up to the quick pace of the Western world. On the other side, we see an India stable in the recollections of the past, yet struggling to maintain old traditions. Some refer to old India as the leash which lurks in the skepticism of our hearts. Some say that it is social problems hindering the full-fledged growth of a new India. But do we want such an India, where the traditions and cultures which brought us together no longer exist?
We have set our sights on the wealth of the Western world. With the spirit of its people, India is poised to enter onto a new stage, one that distances itself from the other side of the coin. Even so, let us not forget what makes us great in the first place. Let us enter into this new light, not as an imposter Western state, but as an individual, showcasing the vibrant cultures that define India. We are a country that has withstood the occupation of the Mughals, the Portuguese, the French, the British, the Mongolians, yet we have still managed to cling to all which is great on the other side of the coin. So, let us embark into this new role without forgetting our beginnings.